welcome to my channel. As you can tell today, I have recently been to Disneyland Paris. I went from Friday the 5th to Monday the 8th, and we spent, me and my boyfriend, which if you've watched my previous videos before, we went to Disneyland Paris. We spent Saturday and Sunday in the park and the studios, and basically I'm just going to show you everything that I've bought. I have done a previous Disneyland Paris haul before, which I did when I went in May, when it was a 25th anniversary. It is still continuing currently at the moment. I haven't really bought very much. I think I've only bought one, well, out of the pair of us, we only bought one Disneyland Paris and the 25th anniversary item. If you want to see what else I have got, I will put the link of that below. As it was we went for the last weekend of the Christmas period. So we went to see Frozen sing-along, which I was rather excited for. That's one reason why I definitely wanted to go, because I love Frozen. It's my favourite Disney film. I was like a big kid along with all the other little girls all dressed up in princess dresses. If I was able to and go away with it, I would definitely have done the same thing. And plus, one thing to say, if you go to Disneyland Paris during the winter season and they've got Frozen sing-along, if you wear a princess dress, you get to sit in a special area, which I was rather jealous about. So I would have worn a little dress if I was able to, just to sit up there. So, but yeah, and then I've seen other shows obviously on there as well. But yeah, I'm just going to show you everything that I bought whilst we was there. Between mine and Perry's items. I will say that he bought quite a bit more than what I did. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm just going to show you everything that we bought. First of all, I will start with clothes wise. This top actually was what I bought off Holly, which is her channel is called This Girl Called Holly. She has a Depop little app which you sell clothes on, and I got this little flounder stripy top from her. I didn't actually get a chance to wear it whilst I was there because it was quite cold. I mainly bought jumpers and stuff to keep myself more warm. But yeah, I thought I'd wear it now. But I will say that I'll start off with the first item that we bought. This one is more for myself. I got it from when I was looking around in Disney Village. I saw it on Friday, the first day we went there. But I wanted to see if I could see other items first before I purchased this first, because this one is a little bit more pricey out of all the items that we got. It was $34.99. It was from the Disneyland Paris collection. So it's basically what they get designers to do, to design some Disney clothes, which can be a little bit more of a higher price tag. But this is the top that I got. So it says I'm late. It's Alice and Wonderland themed, which you can see on here. It's Alice, the clock that the rabbit has, like little teapots and so forth. But yeah, it says I'm late. It kind of suits me because I normally am late for things, or I leave things till last minute, and I pretty much saw it and thought I kind of have to get it. So yeah, it says I'm late. This is a size medium, and I'm 10 to 12, so if you are around that size, it does fit quite perfectly. Secondly, this is a top that Perry bought. They do have different versions of it. They have, well, he brought the Mickey Mouse version, but they do have a mini Donald Duck, and there was one other character. I can't remember what that character was, but he's got a Mickey Mouse, which is a grey top. Minnie Mouse was red, and then Donald Duck was blue. But this is a Mickey Mouse version. He got it in size small. So this is the top. So it's Mickey Mouse having a little winky face. And it looks, actually, when I'm holding it, it feels actually really big, but when he put it on, it actually just fits perfectly. I'm not too sure on the price on this, I'm afraid, purely because he likes taking labels off items. So I will say for some of his products that he bought from Disney, I'm afraid I don't know the prices of. There's only a couple, but it's just because he likes taking labels off. But I would say this was probably around the 15 to 20 mark. But yeah, so yeah, he got the Mickey, but they do have Donald and Minnie Mouse, but they have one other character as well, but I'm afraid I can't remember what that is. But yeah, it's a top. Going next with clothing items, this hat, we kind of come across it. It's something that we didn't he didn't really end up needing, but he kind of just got it anyway. So I don't know what the price is because he did take the label off, but I'm thinking it was around, I think around the 15, nearly 20 mark as well. So it is a Mickey Mouse hat. I don't know, this pattern you can just about tell. So it's black and red striped, and it's got a little Mickey Mouse label on there. It is quite thick. It's quite cosy as well. I'm not going to wear it now because I'll end up getting hat hair. But yeah, so this is a Mickey Mouse hat. They did have other hats and scarves there as well. They did have like a white one with like little Mickey Mouses on, which they had the hat, they had a scarf and mittens, I think it was as well. I did see a lot of people wear them around the park, and I was very tempted, but I have got a lot of hats, scarves and gloves that I don't wear very often now, so I didn't see the point of buying it. But if you end up going up there and it's cold and you forget stuff, there is stuff available, so don't worry. Next of all, it's going to be something which you can actually see just behind me. There's a little Minnie Mouse, which if you watched my video in May, that's where I got that from, which you can just about see in the corner over there. But Perry got a Stitch version. So it's a little organiser, so it's got a little dividing bit there, which I actually normally use, for some reason they aren't in there at the moment, but I normally use for my TV remotes, just because otherwise I end up losing them, like I've done already, because I don't know where they actually are. I'll find them. But yeah, so they had a Stitch one. They do have a Ratatouille one as well also, so if you do like find Ratatouille, Stitch or Minnie, they've got them now. I'm afraid they don't do a Mickey Mouse, which I would have thought they would have done so, because obviously Minnie and Mickey are a pair, they're an item, but for some reason they don't have them. But yeah, they got Stitch. These are $14.99, and they do a phone holder version as well, which they have got. I think that was about roughly half of the price, I think. But they got the strawberry smelling bear from Toy Story. They've got Sully, and I think they had Ratatouille as well. But I think they're about half the price. But they're little phone holders, so they've got a little platform they can sit on, and then the arms like fold round over the phone just to keep it standing still. So I'll go on for the only 25th anniversary item that Perry did buy. It's a passport cover. So this is it. So it's got Donald Duck, Chip and Dale on there, and obviously you just open it up and it's got the bits where you slot the passport in, and it's got the 25th anniversary logo there, and it's got it on the back also. I'm afraid I said I don't know what the price is, as he's taken all the wrapping off. But I would say it's around a £5. I can't imagine it being very much more than that. So if you want a Disneyland passport cover, then they have got one available. Next of all, Perry's got this item we bought for Perry's niece, just for when she's a bit older and then she starts eating actual food. Is we got this Minnie Mouse bowl. I will say, if you are looking for bowls and that for your children, there's not much of an option if you want like plastic. If you want china, then there's quite a few, but plastic wise they don't get broken. There was mainly more of a boy selection more than a girl selection, but we got the Minnie Mouse, so it's got the little bit ridges up here for obviously her bow and obviously her face inside. This was $4.99, which is actually quite a good price for a kid's bowl. So we're going to give that to her, I think, for her birthday. She'll be a year old then, but yeah, we got the bowl. With that kind of side of things, we got this, or he got this little mug, which we're actually probably, it looks like. So on the back, I've got to say, it says some mornings are rough, which I kind of do agree with that. So, which we're probably going to use for like a little milk jug. So like if you want to add some more milk into your tea or your coffee or whatever, probably more tea for myself. That's what we're probably going to use. This was $7.99, which they did have Minnie Mouse versions. I think they had Grumpy as well. They did do other characters as well, but I didn't really see them. But yeah, it's a little Mickey Mouse cup. So next of all, I have got two cats. and I wanted to get a new bowl, water bowl, but I kept seeing dog bowls all the time, so I thought I'm sure they must do a cat bowl, because obviously there's quite a few cats in the Disney films, but I just couldn't find any, so I ended up getting the dog bowl. This is a smaller version. They do a larger version if you have got larger breeds of dog, but this is a bowl. It's got Pluto. I think he's from the Rescuers, and I think that's one of the dogs from Lady and the Tramp. I might be wrong. I'm not very good. I can't remember all characters. Obviously Lady and the Tramp and Bolt and the Dalmatians. This is $7.99, I think it was. Yeah, $7.99. But the annoying thing was, on the Monday when we had a last look around all the shops, I ended up, well, Perry ended up going, oh look what I just found. And I was like, what? And he found the cat bowl. So I was like, I've already bought the dog bowl, I'm just going to have it. It'll get used, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But the cat bowl is the exact same price, but obviously that is the standard size. So it's got, I can't remember the 2 male kittens from Aristocats, but I always remember Marie, and that is pretty much it. Obviously it's got Cheshire Cat, it's got the 2 Siamese cats from Lady and the Tramp, and I do recognise this cat, but I can't remember what's its name. If you do know what its name is, can you please comment it down below, because I do recognise it, but I don't think I've seen that film. But yeah, so this is a little cat bowl. It's the same price as well, $7.99 as the dog bowl. So yeah, if you want to treat your furry family friends, then this is what you could get them. Next of all, I don't know if you watched my May video, Disneyland Paris for the 25th anniversary, they did limited edition like Coke bottles. So they're doing Coke Zero and normal Coke, but you can get these in a set of 6, but I don't know if they come with the Coke in it or they're just an empty bottle, just like it's a souvenir purchase. But we ended up buying them individually. So they've got Finn. He's like one of the troopers. I can never remember their names, but I think it's one of like the on the fighting scenes, one of the fighter pilots. I might be wrong. I'm not very good. I watched Star Wars, but I can never remember very much of the characters. And then we've got Luke Skywalker, and then one of the stormtroopers as well. So as I said, these are all the bottles. So they do have 6. I think they had a Rey. They might have Princess Leia as well. But they're like a 250ml bottle. So if you are a Coca-Cola fan and you like collecting Coca-Cola items, or if you're into Star Wars, then you might end up getting them and maybe trying to save them as like a souvenir purchase. I don't think there were that many euros for individually. If you like a nice cold Coke, then these are obviously worth buying, and then you get to keep them afterwards. So, and one of the things when Perry was getting the Mickey top, they had this souvenir book whilst we was there. So this is the front cover. It was $9.99, so we found it near the till. Didn't see it anywhere else. And at the back it's got all the Mickey, all the Disney characters, well not all of them, but it's got some of the Disney characters on there. And then inside on the contents page, it's got the good old man himself. And then there's a little breakdown of the thing. I'm not going to show you all the pages, because otherwise there's no point. You might as well just buy it. But it basically says about all the hotels. One thing I didn't know is I didn't know they had a Disney golfing area, which one thing that I learned through reading this. I've read this actually on the Eurostar home, but it says all about all the parades and like each section in the park and in the studios, and it's quite a good information thing. So it's a little souvenir book, and we'll learn a bit more about Disney. One of my main goals was, whilst I was there, to actually get some Christmas related ears, but I think they were pretty much like all gone. So I ended up wearing the ears I've already got at home, I did kind of want a pair of ears for each occasion. I did see people with Christmas ears, but I think when I actually looked them up, people actually got them from Etsy, which I actually wanted to do beforehand, but I didn't think of it till literally last minute, and it was not going to get here in time by the time I went, so I just didn't bother. But they still obviously got the standard Minnie Mouse ears, and if you want something 25th related, I got these last year, which you might have seen in my previous video, which has Chip and Dale carrying a little 25th anniversary star, and it's got the Disneyland Paris 25 on the side. Obviously these are known as Tic and Tac, but I've always known them as Chip and Dale. I don't actually know what is their real names, but I've always known them as Chip and Dale, so yeah, formerly known as Tic and Tac over there. But these ears you can still purchase. The male version is obviously with the little hat, which is from Fantasia, and they did, what I wanted actually was a sparkly version of these, which is like the red bow and the black sparkly ears, but I couldn't find them anywhere. All ones I kept finding was the pink, all pink sparkly bow and ears, which I didn't want, so I just ended up just wearing these. Last thing that I bought, so the name is this name. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm not going to say it. They kind of remind me of the Simpsons, but they're not. But I bought 3 of them, and they did do little miniature versions as well as big versions. So I got the bigger versions. They all smell of either, I think it's either roses or apples, but I'll show you the roses ones first, so you might be able to guess if they smell of roses and what characters they are from. First of all, we'll start with Cogsworth. So they are really cute. I saw them and they've got loads of the characters. I will actually insert the clip of all the characters now. So you can see they've got quite a big range of them, and I just literally wanted to buy the whole collection, but I couldn't. But yeah, so this is Cogsworth. He smells of roses, purely because obviously from Beauty and the Beast it is based with a rose. So I got this little fella, and then I got Beast, and they do have a bell as well. And last of all, I got Piglet. They did have, I think, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger as well also, which you saw on that little clip. But yeah, these are $7.99, but I saw them and I kind of couldn't resist. I quite liked them. Last of all, which I'm going to actually just show, because the girl I mentioned earlier from regarding this top did a Instagram live video a little while ago, like just before I went away, and I didn't realise from Poundland that they do little Disney princesses, which are only £1, and you can just basically like build your own princess. They do quite a few princesses, but she had loads of Belle, so she actually sent the Belle to myself. So I'm just going to show you what it is to make. So you get her hair, her little top, her face, and then her dress. So I'm just going to try and build it in my hand so you can see. Let's move the head and that. So we'll work from bottom first. So you get the little skirt, obviously put her little body on, the hair and the face. I think I'm going to have to kind of, so you kind of have to like slot it in. There we are, a little face, and then place it all on there. So voila, this is Belle. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment down below of what you thought, or if you bought any of these items, or if you've been recently, or if you're going soon. Have a great time. But yeah, hit the subscribe button if you are new around here. I'm going to link down below of the May Disneyland Paris haul, just because I had more 25th anniversary items, and obviously that is still going on at the moment. And I will put a link of like the parade, so forth as well. And if you have always wanted to go to Disney but just not really sure on like where to go or what to do. I will put down my tips, my planning tips video that I created as well, just in case you wanted to watch and just get a few ideas as well. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you in another video. Bye!